Living through a traumatic experience has a continued impact on your life, whether you realize it or not. A psychology professor at Indiana University South Bend is helping people understand their trauma.
This week, as part of our Black History Month celebration, we are sharing the story of Dr. Day Bryant, who has embraced the notion of art as a healing force. Here's Natasha Casal with our story.
So Day is a big icon, role model in my life, as well as our community. So if you don't know Dr. Day Bryant, you're doing something wrong.
Dr. Day Bryant, a leader in social justice, program development, and teaching. As a psychology professor at Indiana University, Dr. Bryant strives to help people heal from their trauma through art.
Trauma is so much a part of everyday life. And as a psychologist, when people come to see me, it's because something is wrong. People don't come to see a psychologist because life is rosy.
Just last year, Dr. Bryant was honored and acknowledged by the city of South Bend with the African American Legacy Award for her efforts in empowering neighborhoods. She even received Indiana University's highest teaching award. Dr. Bryant shares women and people of color were just recently accepted as psychologists within the last 20 to 30 years. However, it wasn't until the middle of her graduate school career that she felt a call for something greater. It led her to create the Social Action Project, also known as SOSHOC.
Psychology, as much as I loved it, didn't give me the tools I felt I needed to be able to make an impact. I had this grand idea. The people who were in charge of my dissertation were not impressed. And so I had to wait until I became Dr. Day to be able to implement. And so as soon as I hit the ground at IU South Bend, I started putting together the pieces to make the Social Action Project.
Dr. Bryant says when it comes to psychology, people wait until they are broken to ask for help. But SOSHOC allows Dr. Bryant to move to where people have a need.
And that gives us a much more responsive approach to addressing the traumas that are a part of everyday life, and that are the things that cause people to feel that they have no options. Because that's our focus, that opportunity is our focus. Our mission is to address trauma in its many forms using the arts.
Arts of all shapes and forms, from poetry to song and dance, even sculptures, like the recent rendition of the Ubuntu Spirit Project, currently on display on the second floor of the South Bend Civic Theater. One artist says since meeting Dr. Bryant, her life has changed.
Getting to know Day and Day just acknowledging me on how to cope, recover. You know, I've been through a lot of trauma, I had a lot of losses, but you know, I'm learning through Day that losses are lessons and we can turn it into art. And I do work at the theater. I consider theater being my therapeutic playground. So it all just mingles and meshes. And me always seeing her, at least for one show, it just is a reminder, you know, chin up, you know, and you always have a story to tell. We don't stress, we just tell stories.
Natasha Casal, 16 News Now.
Thank you, Natasha, for that. And Dr. Day's story is just one of many we've covered during Black History Month. You can find those other stories right now on WNDU.com. Let's check back in with Andrew.
Again,